Hi, I'm Perry Lauderfield, and this is the 1911. This is good old 45 ACP. If you need more than one round, you're someplace you shouldn't be. Hello, I am Ivan Zagorovich. I'm going to show you how KGB uses the Makarov. Die, capitalist scum. Actually, that's not bad. So let's start with the Makarov. So the Makarov is kind of a different gun. Russia was not prioritizing really stopping power or anything like that. There were two main things they were prioritizing when they decided to make this. First was safety. So the Russian Tokarev had no manual safety. It only had a half cock. And they had a lot of negligent discharges that actually ended up being some injuries. So like people would shoot their femoral artery, for instance, on accident with the Tokarev. So they really prioritized safety on that, which is part of why this is a double action, single action gun. And it has a manual decocking safety that actually locks the entire gun up. So the slide won't rack, the trigger won't pull. It's just completely seized up. But unlike the PPK, which this was modeled after, the safety is going the right direction. So it slides down instead of having to push it up. So a little more ergonomic in that way. So as I said before, this is a blowback pistol. And what they wanted with that was just simple, easy reliability. So this actually breaks down into 3 parts. Nice and easy to field strip, nice and easy to clean. And that's part of why we're going to move into the next category here of why they chose to go with the caliber they did. Because we all know that the 9x18 here, super tiny little round, is basically a 380 plus P. And why they chose to go with that was because under a blowback gun, it was the largest, like most powerful they could go without making a giant pistol. So they were prioritizing safety and they were prioritizing carryability because they found also most guys weren't really shooting their pistol in combat. It was all rifles, and when they were shooting, they weren't really hitting anything anyways. So the pistol was more to just keep on person and, as displayed in my intro, take out political prisoners, right? So Makarov is a pretty handy little gun. So past that, we'll get into the 1911. So the 1911 has been in U.S. service. I think it still is in some units today, but it started its service life in 1911. So really nifty pistol, very large, very kind of dated at this point. It is a single action gun, so the trigger only, let's safety check, drops the hammer. It does not pull it back like the Makarov. So you can carry it cocked and locked, but during the Cold War, the standard practice was actually to carry it with the hammer down. So you'd have to draw the gun, pull the hammer back, and fire. Not my favorite. It is made to shoot the 45 ACP, and so if you can line that up next to the 9x18 Makarov. So interesting history fact here. Hiroshima, we actually didn't drop an atom bomb. It was actually a 230 grain 45 ACP bullet that went down from the Boeing plane. We just shot it down at the ground. And 45 is definitely cool. It's heavier. It is larger in diameter, and we have figured out over time that handgun rounds do crushing damage. So this has a better likelihood of actually hitting a vital target. So this, I would say, is probably a better combat pistol, whereas this is more geared towards shooting political prisoners, as well as just carrying every day. It's much easier. And if you need to do discreet stuff like KGB stuff, this is a lot easier to conceal and carry than this. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's do some shooting. So now we're going to do a couple little shooting drills. I'm going to start with the Makarov, and then we're going to move on to the 1911. So I'm going to start with one of the more relevant pistol drills, in my opinion, which is a bill drill. We'll start with the Makarov and then go from there. So I went ahead and decocked it, so I am shooting double action, single action to start with, and I'm going to go ahead and do the safety as well. All right. So let's go ahead and start. We're roughly, I don't know, like 7-ish yards right in there. I did way more than a bill drill, but I kind of lost track. So this guy does recoil quite a bit more than you'd expect 380 plus P2, and it's because of the blowback design. Again, very simple, but it does make for a snappier recoil. All right, so now we're gonna do the 1911 portion of the video. I have heard that you would carry it with the hammer down. Now, I can't confirm that. I've just heard that from different sources. So I'm gonna go ahead and do cocked and locked, give it the benefit of the doubt, and let's go from there, all right? Ah! Definitely better.
2 world wars!
The group is definitely better. And part of that's the trigger. It's much less snappy, and I also didn't fumble it. So there's that. 1911, Fuds love it. I think it's all right. All right, guys, so hopefully you enjoyed this video today. Basically all we've learned is I really can't shoot either of these guns for shit. They're both kind of outdated, but train with them, get good with them. Past that, just go outside, touch grass, and eat ass, all right, guys?